starting off now. Let's get warmed up first of all. So if you stand at not normally this shaky to start off. Right, so standing at the back, bending over, trying to keep the legs fairly straight, get that good stretch down the hamstrings, then walking the hands out, taking it to a plank position, walking it back in again. So just starting to loosen up through the back of the legs there, bending over again, walking it through. Lovely. Once more. And once more. Then from here, we're taking it into that sort of down dog position and just loosening up through the calves, so heels down towards the floor, walking one at a time. Good work. And from there, stepping forwards, and let's do 3 circles. So imagine you're painting circles on the mat with your belly button. 3 circles in one direction, and 3 in the other. Lovely, take that leg back, swap over, and another 3 in each direction, and in the other direction. Okay, let's take it up into just a standing lunge position, and from there we're just going to push forwards with the glutes, draw up at the front, so we're just getting a stretch at the front of the hip on that back leg. Step it through and swap. Same again, so just squeezing forwards with the glute, feeling a stretch at the front of the hip. And from there, let's take it into a nice wide position and then just slowly lunging side to side. So you're getting a stretch down the inside of each leg. So just a few more there. Hopefully everything's starting to loosen up a bit. So if you've gone from sitting down all day, we want to just loosen up before we start using our bodies too hard. 1 more to each side. And then I just need to grab my timer, which I've probably left over here. So today we are doing some circuits. We are going to be doing 45 seconds of work, followed by 15 seconds of rest, which is just where I explain the next exercise to come. Now, as always, please work to your ability. If you need to take a break within that 45 seconds, do take a break. We're very dark here. I'm just checking. Do take a break if you need to. Work to your ability. And let's get started. So first exercise is going to be a lunge. So you're just going to be holding it, you're staying on one side, you're going to just be holding it in that lunge position at the bottom, and we're just pulsing it there. So you're going to hold that, pulsing for 45 seconds, then we will swap legs. Are we ready to go? So pulsing through, thinking about squeezing that glute forward, you're getting a little bit of a stretch at the front of the hip. Working through the glutes at the back. Take a look at that front knee, make sure that it's not collapsing in, so hips facing forwards, hips level. 45 seconds is quite a long time, isn't it? We're about halfway through. Take that break if you need to, otherwise just keep on pulsing. Last 10 seconds, then you're going to get a 15-second rest. If you need it, you can keep on going for a full minute if you want to. I'm not going to. Lovely, so 15-second rest, and then we're going to do exactly the same on the other side. Getting ready to go. And let's go. So again, squeeze that glute forward, feeling the stretch into the front of the hip. Feel the bum muscle working. And just double check on that knee at the front, make sure that it's not collapsing in. If you feel that you're losing your balance a little bit, make sure that your feet are as if they're on train tracks, so hip width apart rather than in a straight line. That's just going to make it a little bit easier to keep your balance there. Pulsing it through. Just checking that we were live on Facebook. There we are. Last few seconds. You can do it, guys. Lovely. 15 seconds while I show you the next one. So you're lying down. You might want a slight cushion underneath, but otherwise holding it in a kind of bow position like this, and then you're running. So as if you were running, arms and legs going, getting ready to go. Let's go. So working through that core. I am completely uncoordinated between my arms and my legs. Doesn't really matter. We're not working on our run technique right now. We're just keeping that movement going, mixing up that core exercise a little bit. Making sure, as always, with your core that you keep on breathing. So make sure you're not holding your breath. Work to your ability. Get those arms going as well. The last 15 seconds. And we're staying on the floor. Yep, completely miscoordinated there. Last 5 seconds and we're staying on the floor into bridges. Perfect, so 15-second rest. Let me show you your setup. Setting up in a bridge. So lying on your back, touching your heels to your fingers, pushing up into a bridge, and then we're just going to swap left leg, right leg. Let's go. As you swap those legs, think about keeping those hips stable. So make sure that you're not dropping one hip down. And you've got a drink tray, balance on your hips there. Fair enough, it's going to fall towards you into your mouth, but that's not a problem. But what we don't want is the hips going side to side. So keeping those hips stable, pushing up through the glutes. If you want to make it a little bit harder, take the arms out so that you're really having to work through that leg there, whichever foot's on the floor to stabilise. Making sure that you're keeping that neutral pelvis. So if you've got any issues, if you find you're using your back rather than your glutes, maybe just hold it in a two-legged glute. Don't make it harder than you need to, but if you're okay to, keep those legs marching. Good work. Lovely. Up to standing. And we are going to go into a squat against the wall if you've got a wall. If you haven't got a wall, don't worry. So we're just holding it here. Trying to get our thighs, can't show you side on because the wall's not there, but trying to get our thighs almost as parallel to the floor as we can. And then we're just holding it here, so join in with me. If you haven't got a wall, that's absolutely fine. You're just going to do it holding the squat where you are. Heart rate's getting up, so make sure you don't work too hard today. As I always say, we don't want to be working at absolute max effort, particularly during times of coronavirus and stuff. We don't want to be pushing ourselves to the absolute max, but we certainly want to be working hard, challenging ourselves mentally, saying, can I do this? Can I commit to this 45 seconds? And challenging ourselves physically. Good, so just the last few seconds here. Perfect. Whew. Then we're going into a side lunge, so I'll tell you when to start, but you're just going side lunge, side to side. As you go side to side, you think about trying to make sure you're getting your hips back rather than your knees forward. So if you can see there, my shin is pretty much straight up, so join in with me, rather than the knees pointing forward. Going side to side. I'm just going to see if I can sort. Sorry, Instagram people, it's looking very dark and I don't know why. No, absolutely no idea why. Sorry about that. You're going to have to be in the dark today. Okay, still going side to side, 15 seconds to go. Upper body coming up soon. Don't worry, we're not using the kettlebells today. Okay, so if you've got a box, you might want to do it to just make the upper body work a little bit easier. So the higher up your hands are, the easier. We're going into full press-ups, up and down, or you can go knees on the floor, making sure there's that straight line from the knees to the shoulders, or full body. So join in with me now, whichever option you're going for. I am doing my first, if you've seen the Sally challenge, where you have to hold your press-ups up and down for 3.5 minutes. I'm doing my first one of those tonight. So I'm going for the slightly raised hand, try and make sure I'm not too tired going into that. Slightly scared already, we've got 20 seconds to go. If you'd be interested in me running the Sally Challenge in the next class, give me a thumbs up or give me a wave. If you don't know what I'm on about, Google Sally Up Press Up Challenge or something, and you will see lots of people having fun with that. Okay, into calves. You don't need a box for this one. We're just going up and pulsing it at the top. So we're not dropping down, we're just holding at the top. So let's go. If you've got something to hold on to, that's going to help. It's not a balance thing. It's just working through that calf. So pulsing it 45 seconds on each side, just at the top. So we're not coming all the way down, just pulsing at the top. 20 seconds to go. Doesn't matter what the other leg's doing, it's just off the ground. Whew. You feel that calf working, so this is a nice one, not quite so many big muscle groups working, so not quite so hard on the heart rate, but I can certainly feel my calf. Okay, you've got 15-second rest, then we're going on to the other side. So remember, if you're interested in burning calories and weight loss, the bigger muscle groups you've got working, the more that you're burning through those calories. So not with the calves aren't going to particularly be helping you, but all the other exercises that we're doing today are really good for strengthening the body, for running, for cycling, things like that, but also we're burning through the calories, we're just staying fit. So if you're not getting out as much as you normally would be during lockdown, then hopefully this is helping to be keeping your body active, keeping on working hard. 20 seconds to go. Last 10 seconds. Oops. Last 5. Keep pulsing it through. Lovely. Now if you've got a band, we're going into band walks. So bands on, I go to just below the knees there. If you haven't got a band, then clams on your side. So we're going forwards and backwards, up on your toes. Sorry, so starting now, 45 seconds starting now. Making sure that you keep on pushing out those knees. So keep opening out the knees, don't let the knees collapse in. We're working through our glutes at the side here. So this is another one that certainly isn't particularly a calorie burner. When I say we're working with our glutes, not about building a big booty. This is about giving that stability in your glutes. But again, if you're interested in the calorie burn side of things, what this is doing is building stronger, more stable muscles that mean you can then go out running and hopefully not get injured. So it's a small little muscle, but it's so important for the stability of your leg when you're running. So it's helping to protect you from injury when you go out running or cycling. Good work. Okay, back to the beginning. So this time we're going back into our lunges. Get rid of that little slip on it. Back into our lunges, but we're stepping forwards, knee up. Stepping back. So we're staying on the same side. Stepping through. Let's go. Whoop. So that knee comes up. Hold it for a second. We're working on balance here as well. So we want to really think about the balance, the stability. Use those glutes at the back as you step back, as you step up. So this one's actually harder if you keep it slow. Really get down low there. Feel that glute muscle working, bum muscle working. Got about 10 seconds to go on this side. Getting down low so that knee's coming almost down to the floor. Lovely. Swapping sides in just 1 second. I'm just going to move you a bit further back, so hopefully I'm not dropping out of sight so much. I think that's a good thing. And 3 seconds to go before we start again. Let's go. So stepping forwards, stepping back and down. Seconds to go. 10 seconds to go, then we're back to core. Whoop. Good work. Back onto the floor. And this time we're going feet in the air and we're going right hand to left foot, left hand to right foot. So alternating across those feet in the air. If that's too hard, just go with your knees bent and just go side to side of the knees. And, oh, I missed the start. We're off. So reaching up, keep the neck relaxed. Remember, we're working the core, not working the neck. So don't make it all about reaching with the head. Keep the neck relaxed. If you find that you are getting a sore neck, try putting the tongue to the top of your mouth, like that. And that should help to relax it. But more than anything, just make sure the work is being done through the core. So think about face stay parallel to the ceiling rather than craning your neck forwards. Last few seconds. Good work. Then we're staying down. We are into glutes and we are holding it here and just up and down. So pulsing up and down. Don't come all the way down. Just relax, push up. So working those bum muscles as you push the hips towards the ceiling. Squeeze the bum muscles. Let's really get them working as you push up. If you have a band, it's a bit late, but if you have a band, you can put them on around the knees as you push up, push out at the same time. Oh, I can feel that. Good, we're into the final 10. If you have that band, keep it on, jumping up, back into squats, and this time we're just holding it down at the bottom here. If you've got the band, you can just push out at the same time, so you're getting those glutes, those stabilizing glute muscles working at the side. If not, we're just going up and down. Small little movement, hanging out here at the bottom, so you're not coming all the way up at all. It's not up and down like that. It's a tiny little movement at the bottom. So either if you've got the band, pushing out. If you haven't got the band, just up and down. Working through the bum muscles. So try and think, as you go in there, think about sitting back into it rather than knees coming forward. So rather than knees, let's get these glutes working at the back. The glutes do not like to be worked. They like to let anybody else do the job for them. So we've got to work hard to tell them, no, that's your job. Sit back, use those bum muscles. Perfect. Into side lunges. I think we might have missed these out on the last round. So into side lunges, we're going backwards. No, we're not. We're going side to side. And again, same as in the warm-up, as we go back, as we go to the side, hips coming back. So join in with me. Side to side, hips coming back. Try not to lean forwards too much. Think chest up. Think person standing in front of me should be able to read what's on my t-shirt. Not that I've got anything there, but so rather than leaning right forward, you want that chest up. Make sure you're not arching through the lower back though. See if you can go a little bit deeper on each one. We're not forcing it, but we're just working through. So hips back, tiny bit deeper, working that range of motion. Hands wherever you want them. Then we're back into upper body after this one. Good work. So, like your press up, but with your bum in the air, so pike press, coming down towards the floor. Same adaptations. You can either have the put your hands on in front, or I would, rather than having the knees down, I just wouldn't go as low, so I would just work through that top bit there. So let's go. So think about keeping that triangle shape. It's not just the press up with your bum in the air. You want that head to be going forwards to ultimately, even if you don't get to the floor, but to think about landing just ahead of the fingers. 20 seconds to go. Working through the shoulders, working through the arms, pushing up and down. Last 15. Last few seconds. Perfect. If you don't have a step, stay pulsing it. If you've got a step, then we're going up and down, so full on calf raises, starting in 5. Let's go. So heel all the way down, all the way up again. All the way down and up. Make sure as you come up to the top, you hold it at the top there. Ellie, if you're watching, hold it at the top there. So that's the bit where you're working the hardest, at the top. So make sure you don't just come straight back down as soon as you get there. About 20 seconds to go, halfway. Again, with the calf raises, absolutely fine to hold on to something. Maybe not onto your freshly painted wall that you only painted this weekend. Being a complete lockdown stereotype. But yeah, do hold on to something. This isn't about balance, this is about control, stability. Lovely, so swapping legs. Got about 10 seconds to go, then we're going on to the other leg. Next round is that band walk again, so if you want to go grab a band, get that ready. Otherwise we are going now. Up and down on that other side. So exactly the same as I was saying for the glute exercises. These ones aren't the big calorie burners, but these are the ones that give you the stability that you need for running. That means you can then go out and burn those calories while you're running. Not that it is all about calorie burn at all, but I know certainly a lot of people are getting worried, they're feeling less active, feeling like they might have put on a bit of weight through lockdown. So I know people are interested to know what does what in terms of the exercises. So this is more about unlocking your potential to run. Last few seconds there, lovely. Bands on, so if you haven't got a band, back into clams, lying on your side, opening out the knees. If you've got the band, we're going crab walk. So side to side, so pushing out the knee, and then side to side as we go. Next door's cat is just coming to join in the class. Can you come? You coming in? 30 seconds to go. Cat's not sure about coming in or not at the moment. I'm going to keep moving, I'm afraid. Ten seconds to go. And then we are back to the beginning, so back to lunges, which the cat may or may not make a starring appearance for. Brilliant, 15 seconds to go. In your lunges, you are going forwards and backwards on one leg. So one leg stays still, forwards to a lunge, back to a lunge. Forwards to a lunge, back to a lunge. Okay? So join in with me now. Cat's not sure about this one at all. Nope, he's gone. Ten seconds to go. So you're probably feeling it mostly in that stationary leg. Make sure it's a nice big step forwards and backwards at each end. So try and make sure that the knee isn't shooting too far forward. We want the knee to stay nice and stable in the middle. Swapping sides in 10 seconds. So, like I'm saying, as you come forward, you want that knee there of the ankle, not going too far forwards over the toes. Let's go. Squeaky shoes. Last 20 seconds. So this is one of those amazing exercises. At lunge, you're getting that mobility through the hip, You're getting the glutes working. You're getting that stability of the glutes, stabilising that front knee. So again, look down, make sure that that front knee isn't collapsing. And you're certainly burning through your calories and also building big leg muscles. Big leg muscles, and don't worry, they're not going to turn into enormous muscles, but big muscles working in your legs also burn through more calories even when you're sitting there doing nothing. So an all-round good exercise. So good that I lost track of time. We are back onto the floor now. So we're going lying on the floor and into that boat position, and then just reaching hands side to side. So down to the floor, side to side. Let's go. So balancing, touching the hands down, one side and then the other. The next one, we're back to your squats again. So up to you. You can do it without a band or you can do it with a band. So if you want to get that band just ready to pop on after these. Got about 10 seconds to go here. Last few seconds. Lovely. So optional band for the squat. If you're putting it on, I go just below the knees. If you want one of these, if you just Google them, I get them from Physio Room. You can get them on Amazon, they're only a few pounds. Google mini band or thigh band. Okay, so we're just holding. So down at the bottom here, holding that squat, trying to get the thighs parallel to the floor as you can. Remember what we talked about, so rather than the knees coming forwards, hips are going backwards. Imagine you're sitting onto a chair behind you, but with a big spreading of the legs as you go. 20 seconds to go. Now, if we've got the band on, that's just helping to get the glutes at the side now, the glutes that are responsible for opening out the leg, or more when we're running to stop the knee from collapsing in. That's what these guys are doing. If you haven't got the bands on there, you're still going to be feeling it in the quads, hopefully in the glutes as well, if you can manage to sit back in. Last few seconds here. Good work. Into our side lunges again. So we're going to go down into a side lunge, and then we're just going to hold it there. If you want, you can tap the toe just to keep yourself entertained, but you're just holding it, okay? So let's go. 45 seconds on each side. Thinking hips come back. Oh, this one hurts, especially just after the squat that we've just come out of. Cat's running away. The cat doesn't like the idea of this one. 20 seconds to go. Whew, no hands, no hands. You've got the strength to do it without hands. Take a break if you need to. Got 10 seconds to go. Lovely, and swapping sides. No, 15-second rest. Whew, give it a shake. Then we're going exactly the same on the other side. Okay, let's go down and hold it there. This one's a bit easier because that leg's had a bit of a rest. So again, if you want, tapping the foot on the other side, just holding it there. So trying to get a little bit deeper, work through stretching there, but you're definitely going to be feeling it here in the quad, and hopefully you can get those hips back behind you, feeling into the glutes at the back as well. While I pulse away here, let me tell you about this weekend. On Saturday, there is an amazing show, the Trisolation show. If you Google Trisolation, as in TRI, triathlon, Solation, from Try Training Harder, they have got the most amazing panel lined up for all-day lectures from sports scientists, from pro triathletes, so Joe Skipper, Lucy Gossage, Nikki Bartlett. Google's wanting to get involved as well. It's all going off today. Let's go into your press on the floor. So we're lying on the floor, fingers tucked underneath our hands, toes tucked under, pushing up, and we're just holding it here. So if you can hold for the whole 45, amazing. Otherwise, take breaks when you need to. So yeah, they've got pro triathletes, they've got sports scientists, they've got some amazing triathlon coaches. not least Joe Friel, who literally wrote the book on triathlon training. Who else? They've got a Zwift race, you can or ride with the pros, loads of advice on nutrition, on how to adapt your training in terms of coronavirus. So absolutely amazing lineup. It is donations, so no set price, but donations to the NHS charities. So yeah, Tri-Solation, Tri-Solation, or look at Try Training Hard, it's all over their website and social media. Have a look on there. I'm speaking, but I will be a tiny, tiny part of an amazing, massive event. So I hope to see you there. Have a look at it. Right, back up and into calves. Final time on calves. If you've got a step, go for it. If you don't, no worries. So we are doing a bent leg calf raise this time. So we're keeping the knee bent as we push up. Let's go. So this one is working as you start to get tired. You should feel it starting to work at that lower part of your calf. So down kind of the calf part around the ankle, your soleus, rather than the big head of the calf, the gastroc that's up there at the top. Now you're probably feeling it in your quads as well, because they work quite hard today already, and by doing this bent knee, you're kind of doing like a high mini squat, but it's not about working your quads as such. We're trying to get into the calf at the bottom there. So I can just start to feel that working now. So you need both parts, or you need all of your calf, but those two kind of big muscles making up the calf complex, the bottom and the top, need to be working both of those to be effective for running, for cycling, for walking as well. Right, let's go on to the other side. So bend the knee, heel drops down, and then back up again. Nope, not yet. 7 seconds to go. I'm too keen. Okay, let's go. So onto that other side. Make sure, so you start with the knee bent, but then make sure as you push up, you're not ending up straightening out the knee. So keep that knee bent. If it helps, think about as if I've got my hands just hovering over your shoulders, and as you push up, you don't want to hit my hands. So rather than pushing up and straightening the knee stays bent. So we activate the soleus, the lower part of the calf, when our knee is bent. Good work, last few seconds here. Lovely, band back on. If you haven't got a band, don't worry, I've got one for you anyway. So we are kneeling on all fours. So whether you've got a band or not, I'll go band just below the knees. Whether you've got that band or not, onto all fours and then opening out that side leg. Okay? So try and keep the hip, the knee that's on the floor, keep that stable rather than going out to the side like that. Keep that stable as that other leg comes out to the side. So even without the band, you should feel this one working quite effectively. With the band, you definitely will. So this is fire hydrant, because you might think I resemble something as I cock that leg to the side there. Last 10 seconds. Perfect, quick rest, and then we're back onto the other side. Step out of the way. How are we doing? We're nearly there. Last few seconds, and let's go. So working through on that other side, again keeping the standing leg or the kneeling leg stable as this leg comes out to the other side. Also thinking about your core, so making sure that you're not arching through the lower back. Engage the core, keeping it nice and stable. So we want to be using the glutes here, not using our lower back at all. Got about 20 seconds to go. And then we're just going to run through my top pick of the exercises we've done. So if you've got any special requests, pop them in on Instagram or Facebook now, so I can see of all the exercises we've done, anything you want to repeat on. Otherwise, it will be up to my choice. We're going to start with lunges. So up to standing, take that band off, and we're going to go back into those lunges where we step back and knee up. So like that and back. Let's go. We have got 10 seconds to go on this side. Last few seconds. Good work. Quick break, swap onto the other side. Hello Nina, hello Julia. Hope you're still with me, Nina. You getting ready to go? So last 5 seconds. And knee up, step back. If anybody's watching on Facebook now, Nina's down in Bristol watching it, give her a little wave. She's only little, but she works very hard, so I hope she is still joining in with me now. I hope to see you again very soon, Nina. 15 seconds to go. Any other requests? Otherwise, we are going back to core, but this time we're going into a plank. Lovely. So back onto the floor, and we're going to go from a high plank to a low plank to a high plank. If you can, try and remember to swap hands that you push up with, so you're not always pushing up on the same side. Doesn't matter too much. So let's go. High plank, low plank. At your own speed, making sure that you keep that back straight, so squeeze the glutes. Try not to have your bum sticking too high in the air. We've got about 20 seconds to go. Remember to change sides that you're pushing off with. 5 seconds. Then we are finishing with squats. Okay, so up to standing. Let me check. No requests in there. Okay, so we're going back to squats. Optional band, hanging out at the bottom and pulsing. 3, 2, 1. Final round. So either pulsing out or up and down, or both. The out only really works if you've got the band, otherwise just holding it at the bottom there, making sure you don't come all the way up, thinking about pushing the hips backwards. 30 seconds to go, final round. So while I pulse away here, just to also say, if you're more of a YouTuber, then hopefully all these videos are now uploaded to YouTube. I'm still doing a bit of editing of them, but they should all be on there now. So if you'd rather watch on YouTube, through the TV or whatever, then the videos are all on YouTube. Not streaming on there yet, I haven't worked that one out, but they're all on there. And if you are interested in booking any one-to-one sessions, so doing a session just you and me through Zoom, then you can book through my website, or you can also book through Facebook now. So if you just look on Feel Fit with Lucy, there's a little book now button, and that'll take you through to booking. Last few seconds, and done. Amazing. Right. Oh. So let's finish with some quad stretching. You can either lie in front or standing up. Take the heel in behind you, pushing the hip forwards, trying to make sure the knees are fairly close together, getting that stretch into the front of the quad there. Getting the breathing back under control. Last few deep breaths here. Lovely, swapping onto the other side. No, I still can't do that side. So you swap sides. I'm going to stay on this side. I've just had stitches taken out in this quad, and I don't think it's a very good idea to try and stretch it. So really sorry, Instagram people. I don't know why it's looking so dark on there. I'll try and sort that out for next time. But otherwise, hopefully, should be back next Tuesday at 6 o'clock, and then same time next Thursday. Lovely, into your glutes, so either lying on your back or pushing one foot over, dropping your weight down, getting a stretch into the bent leg side. So working into those glutes, they've definitely worked hard today. If you prefer to foam roll, then get rolling now. Few more breath there. So imagine breathing into wherever the tightness is. And then as you breathe out, just try and sink a little bit deeper into the stretch. Lovely, swapping sides. So foot onto the opposite thigh, dropping your weight down, not kicking where the stitches have just come out. Sitting back into it, so getting a stretch into the glutes there. I just pointed to the wrong side again, didn't I? Stretch into the glutes there. No, that knee is not going to stay on there. You carry on, I just don't want to kick where I've still got the bandages on there. Stupid Lucy. Lovely, then into calves. So heel down at the back, pushing your weight forward, so getting a stretch into the back of the calf there. Deep breath. So just a reminder, do check out the Trisolation show. If you look on the Tri, as in TRI, Try Training Harder website, they have got all the details on there. I imagine the sessions will be on there to view after the event as well, I'm not sure, but it's basically sessions all day on Saturday. I think you can drop in and out of the sessions, like I say, it's a donation, and I presume you get access to it. All the donations going to NHS charities, amazing speakers. So the pros talking about how they're dealing with lockdown, sports scientists, nutritionists, doctors giving advice on how to adapt your training, how to make sure you're maximising your nutrition to boost your immunity. There's a talk from people within the industry about what's the future, where do we think we're going next in terms of adapting to coronavirus and what that's going to mean for racing in the future. And then all wrapping up with Joe Friel. If you don't know Joe Friel, you know the triathlon training handbook, triathletes training handbook, whatever, power meter, training by heart rate, all of those books written by Joe Friel, absolute god in the world of triathlon, and a lovely, lovely guy. I met him and he was a lovely, lovely guy, so he's doing the wrap up at the end. So it'll be an amazing event. I really hope some of you are able to join and help to raise money for the NHS. Anyway, that is it for today. It's been great working out with you. Do check out, like I say, the videos, Feel Fit with Lucy, all one word, on YouTube if you prefer to get them on there. And you can book sessions through my website or on Facebook at Feel Fit with Lucy. Brilliant to see you. Take care.